right, Iron Twin Fortress is one of the most important things to progress your account. This is Duelim's account, and we're doing an account takeover. If you like this type of video, want me to do more, start doing some community outreach, maybe doing some of your guys' account takeovers, let me know. If that's something you like, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your cat, tell your mom to subscribe to the channel. Do it. And right when I got into Duelim's account, first thing I did is not only took his turtles up because they're amazing, but I also finished and developed Aox. And Aox is pretty much the key to this thing right here. Aox plus Geomancer, and I swear, 3 of your best supports. Team revivers, buffers. I don't think it matters much. We're gonna hit start, and then I'll explain why it works. Now, if you have not done so already, click the link in the description, because that's how you're gonna get Corrado, Ugo, which I suppose I could use in this video if I wanted to. I really think Ugo would work. Deacon, nah, I wouldn't use him, but he's still pretty good. And then either promo code Monkey King, I can't speak today, Monkey King for some Wukong, or Demon Slayer or Tholan. And okay, there's a bunch of stuff going on in this guy, and Geomancer's the cheat code, and then Aox is the cheat code. So it's those 2 plus 3 really good supports, like whatever you got going on in your account that makes sense. And Geomancer's kind of the cheat code to this, and Aox just makes Geomancer that much better. I'm gonna say that Geomancer is probably the best epic in the game. And then if you got Donatello and Godseeker, that's good. We got 3 revivers, Geomancer, and Aox. And hopefully we got through it. I got through it on leather days. Yeah, we're getting through it, but he's a tricky, right? And he's just plowing through. We're gonna go into the build and why this works, and then we're gonna go and beat this on the hardest difficulty for sure. And I also explain why I like these 3 particular supports. And I think if you have Donatello, that's one you're going to want to use for sure. Okay, so there's some really ugly things that happen with the Iron Twins Fortress. One of them is when you get positive effects, he gets a lot of turd meter. The other one is when he drops below certain thresholds, like 80, 60, 40, 20, he clears all the negative effects off of himself and takes a turn and then just beats you up. It's really awful. Then he starts doing really nasty things when he gets below a certain threshold. Well, the first thing is that Geomancer cheats at this game mode, at this particular boss. And that has to do with his passive. His passive reflects damage back based off they have HP burn. And so whenever this champion's attack deflects 30% of the damage instead, when deflecting damage on each hit, has a 30% chance of dealing an additional damage equal 3% of the target's match HP. So this is amazing on this particular one because it doesn't trigger those damage thresholds. So you don't have to worry about it. So it's like a little like Geomancer glitch, if you will. So it's almost like you don't want to do damage other than the Geomancer damage. Now, you got to place the HP burn, and you got to keep the HP burn on there. So the HP burn, and it does require a good deal of accuracy for that to happen. Let's take a look. That's a lot, right? 442. I feel like I run my Geomancer even on my account, a little bit higher than that. And relics have made it a little bit easier. And for some reason or another, Duelim just has like an amazing accuracy relic. But you could use Molten Death Bell if you want to get more accuracy. There's a bunch of them that work, but accuracy is going to be the key to that. The number 2 thing is Aox. Aox, which is the character I immediately ran up. And his passive does some interesting things to extend the life of that HP burn, right? His passive right here, increase the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attack occurs once per hit. So those HP burns are gonna stay up When he attacks in, you're going to see the number tick up. When we go in the next battle, I'll point it out how they're going up and up and up. And that is going to allow the HP burn to stay up there. And then from there, like I said, he gets turn meter when you apply positive effects on yourself. You almost kind of want that to happen at that point because the damage is going to be coming in and he's going to be killing himself from the Geomancer passive, and this is going to be extending it. As long as you have like healers and revivers, you're good to go. Now, on this particular one, I'm taking advantage of the passive on Godseeker, which is like a cheat death mechanic where if they get killed, it revives. Donatello has something similar right here. Basically, this is kind of like a cheat death mechanic. And then Donatello is also useful because he's got a better aura than Geomancer. You get that 30% HP instead of Geomancer is not that great. It's less than that, but you could use Geomancer too. Geomancer's what, 25, but I believe a lot of people have Donatello, right? And then some other team revive character. Duelim, for some reason, in this account here, has all good revivers. Duchess is one of the best ones in the game. He's got Elva, but you could use someone like Rector Draft. You could probably also use Ursula. So there's a ton of options here that would work. I'm tempted just to see if I can pull Duchess, because I know a lot of people don't have Duchess. I'm aware of that. A lot of people don't have Duchess, but the other characters that I'm using in today's video, I feel like a lot of people have access to. So this is going to be important right here. Those are super important. Save that for the next event because those are what was required to get Raphael. And what I'm talking about is there's this really annoying mechanic on him that when he drops below 80%, 60%, 40%, removes all debuffs from the Iron Twins, and then instantly attacks. That's where you get these like hits back to back consecutively, which is super annoying. Now, I don't know that this is going to work, but for kicks, I'm going to drop Duchess Lilith 2 and put Rector Drath. So this right here is basically 4 epics, and then Donatello was a fusion recently. So I think that the idea of Aox, Geomancer, and your 3 best supports, and you might have to try it. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, then I'll go and throw Lilith 2 back on, and then it should work. And as it's going, I want to show that we're going to get the HP burn up right there. So there it is right there, HP burn, right? And then when he attacks, these numbers should go up. Yeah, see how it goes up? So now Aox is also putting the attack down, which is super helpful. He's going to need pretty good accuracy too. I don't know if he needs quite 400, but it probably doesn't hurt. You could also do an accuracy lead. All right, well, someone did damage that dropped him below the threshold. That happens sometimes, right? That absolutely happens sometimes. So now we kind of have to wait until Geomancer can go again. Uh-oh, not great. And I got to say that Donatello is so good. Okay, it's back up. We're back up there. Boom, boom, boom. And they're going to tick up every time he attacks. We need to get some heals back up. Come on, go healers, go, go. And then when he drops through those thresholds, if it's not coming, so you almost don't want to do damage. You want the damage to come from Geomancer when this guy attacks. Because if you attack, then it could trigger that proc where he cleanses that. And so we're kind of hoping that that won't happen here. The next one's going to happen at the 40% mark, which is about right here. And hopefully that happens on his turn when he attacks. Oh, I think we're close. I can't tell what percent health he has right there. But if this attack drops it below that threshold, then he'll take a turn and then pop off. See, so he did the damage himself. And so now we're on the home stretch for victory. So, Geomancer plus Aox, Aox, plus your 3 breast healer revivers. Whatever you got, bring it. And this is a super important part of getting resources for soul stones. It's like part of the ways and the paths to make your account better. And then, like for me, when I log in the day, if I have energy, this will be the first thing I do. If I don't have energy, the first thing I'll do is go to the Doom Tower and run that, because typically when I run Doom Tower, I'll get some energy. And then while it's running in the background, is when I will be, like the reset was right now. This is where I'll be playing the red dot game where I'm clicking all my red dots. First thing I do every day is typically run Fortress, get through the 6, and then I'm running around claiming and, you know, doing all that stuff, you know, where I gotta do 3 mystery shards. Also, this is a trick. If you're playing on PC, you can hit summon and then hit escape. Oh, he doesn't have any. All right, well, oh no, I can't show you, can I? If you hit summon and then hit escape, you don't have to watch the animation. Like right here, don't have to watch the animation, right? It just does it for you real quick. You just hit escape. Same time. I'm not always playing on my PC though. So there you go. Like I said, if you like this series, leave a like, leave a comment, say, hey, yeah, do more of these. I'd like to reach out to the community and do some of yours possibly if it makes sense, especially if people really enjoy these. I get a lot of positive feedback from you guys. If you haven't done so already, click the link in the description. You're going to get Corrado, Ugo, Deacon, Fane, and then use promo code either Monkey King or Demon Slayer to get a free legendary. You're either going to get Deacon, not Deacon, but Tholim or Sun Wukong, and then log in for 7 days. You'll get Michelangelo. Bye for now.